Alright, hi everyone. In this video I want to talk about another developmental psychologist who is key in this area, and that is Vygotsky. Alright, so he is a Russian psychologist. He is often compared to Piaget. Alright, the two of them have similar and yet competing theories about our cognitive development and how we learn new information. One of the key defining features of Vygotsky's theory is that it's a social process, right? So our learning is done in conjunction with other people, all right? Specifically what he calls a more knowledgeable other, all right? So what his main theory tends to boil down to is what he calls the zone of proximal development, all right? It's broken up in three areas. In the first area, we have right here, this is what a learner can do on their own, right? So just based on your current knowledge and understanding, this is how far you can get. But we have that limit, right? There's only so far or so much we can do by ourselves. However, what he's saying is that with the help of a more knowledgeable other, a teacher, a mentor, a tutor, whatever it may be, we can accomplish so much more, right? So with that guiding support, we can go from what our personal limit is and we can add to it. However, even with that additional assistance, there's still going to be some things that are going to be beyond our control. All right, so this kind of third area off to the side, that's things that even with help, we're not going to be able to do. Okay. However, as we continue to learn and to grow, we're constantly changing what these different limits are. All right, so let's use math as an example. I'm starting off, and then I have learned to do addition and subtraction. That's what I can do by myself. All right, no problem whatsoever. I have addition and subtraction. As I am starting to learn how to do multiplication and division, I can do it with assistance. It's getting me a little bit further, but I have to have that more knowledgeable other there to guide me and to help me. All right, and with that assistance, I can accomplish and solve a lot of those problems. However, just because I'm getting a little bit further with that help, that doesn't mean I can do calculus, right? This over here is still completely off limits to me, even with that help. However, this builds into his second idea that goes along with this idea of the zone of proximal development. And it's what he calls scaffolding, right? So just like a scaffold, you build up one level, and it allows you to build up another level, up to another level, so on and so forth. That's what we're seeing here. We're going to see that as I know addition and subtraction by myself, and now with your assistance, I am learning multiplication and division, I'm going to get to the point where now what I'm capable of includes multiplication and division. So I've kind of almost reset it. So what I'm capable of has now had more added to it. And then we're going to take that and build it up to the next level. And then with the help of the more knowledgeable other, we're going to take it even further. Right? So this idea of scaffolding takes what we previously learned, gets us to the point of mastery, and then with the help of the more knowledgeable other, the teacher, the mentor, the tutor, whatever, we'll take it a little bit further. There's still those things that we can't do, but each time we're learning more and more and increasing the level of that scaffolding, right? So that's kind of the basic idea of Vygotsky. And at the center of it, again, is this idea that learning is a social process, that it's done as we have those interactions with other people.